guys, welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Atriox. I'm a live streamer on Twitch. I typically stream games, but I've been getting more into listening to music and just talking with the chat. So if you ever want to talk to me and get my opinion on anything music related or anything in general, you can just come into the chat, hang out, we'll just goof off or whatever for the day. But anyways, guys, I've gotten this video requested a few times for the Tales of Jenny, and then the Tale of Screech. But one of the last commenters had posted this was all like a compilation of the three of them, I think. So I kind of want to get into this. I know like I heard they're really good. So like I really want to see what they're talking about, the Tales of Jenny and Screech, and just kind of like offer my opinion on it. Let me know if the sound quality is better. I boosted the sound to make sure it sounds a lot better for you guys. So I hope this sounds way better. But anyways, guys, without further stalling, and hope you guys enjoy this reaction. So let's just jump right in.
It was a quiet, dark night in an empty street somewhere in London City. Jenny walked alone, she was dragging her feet. She was heading back home to sleep. Well, she knew this town, she knew this floor, because she walked it about 1,000 times before she wanted to escape. Can you blame? Well, on the very same night, in a different place, there walked this hooded young youth by the name of James. He was 14 years old and out of his brain. He'd been smoking ganja with the boys. James, he grew up to be a kid of the street. His mates called him Screech. He was quick on his feet. He was a liar, a thief. At 14 years old, the devil had set his sights on his soul. As Jenny walked home all alone, she felt scared. Usually she was alright, but it was like there was something in the air. A divine intervention telling her to beware. Maybe intuition bugging her and making her so scared. Sirens sound in the distance at the beat of Jenny's feet. A symphony of the night that echoes crime on London streets. Jenny turns a corner, their eyes they meet. Our poor girl Jenny, a boy named Screech. Give me all your money, bitch, give it to me. If you cooperate, then you'll soon be free. I want your purse, your phone, don't fucking look at me. I mean it, bitch, are you listening to me? Jenny freezes statue like a lady shakes stalactite. Feel like liquid nitrogen in the dark night. She tried to find strength to move, but stayed as still as a statue in high-heeled shoes. What the hell you playing at? You playing games with me? I swear to fucking God, I'll slice the rosy off your cheeks. You think I don't mean it, girl? You don't know me. The last thing you see will be a boy code. Screech reached with the sheath of the blade, with the teeth that could bite through steel and slice concrete, and he swung possessed with the devil in his chest, and the statue she was turned to butter in her breath. It was a quiet, dark night in an empty street somewhere in London City. Jenny lay still on the cold concrete. She's found somewhere to sleep. Well, she knew this town, she knew this floor, 'cause she'd walked it about 1,000 times before. I guess that she escaped. It's such a shame.
That's crazy, bro. Like, honestly, like, being from New York and just knowing like these kind of situations happen all the time. Like, there's some girl in the city that walks the same path after a night, maybe working at her restaurant job, like, that thinks that she's fine because she's doing the same road every time, and then this is one time one person comes and they're not right in the head, especially like in the city of New York. Like, there's so many mentally off people in New York City. So you don't know what kind of person you're gonna run into by being out late at night. That's why it's always like good to have like a coworker or somebody to be with you when you're walking like in late night in the city or in Central Park, because you don't know what could happen there. And like that basically that situation happens all the time in New York. Like honestly, like they get frozen, they don't know how to act, and then or maybe they don't want to give up their belongings, and they end up losing their life or whatever it is. But I think he said that she had escaped. Hold on, I think he said she escaped. Let me just double check.
This town, she knew this floor. Jenny lay still on the cold concrete. She's found somewhere to sleep. Well, she knew this town, she knew this floor. Jenny left these streets, so less than the statue she was, turned to butter in her breath. It was a quiet, dark night in an empty street, somewhere in London City. Jenny lay still on the cold concrete. She's found somewhere to sleep. Well, she knew this town, she knew this floor, 'cause she'd walked it about 1,000 times before. I guess that she escaped.
Yeah, okay, so she did escape.
It's such a shame. Our story, it starts right at the end. At the life of poor Jenny, clocked out like Big Ben. Dear Screech, dear boy, where did he go?
Oh, she escaped. Maybe she passed out and died somewhere away from where he was.
Right. Our story, it starts right at the end. At the life of poor Jenny,
Yeah, so
clocked out like Big Ben. Dear Screech, dear boy, where did he go? He melted into the black night just like snow. Patrick, man, let me in, please open the door. I think I fucked up, Patrick, really fucked up, man, I'm not sure. I got crazy, left this lady lying still on the floor. I think I killed her, Patrick, come on, man, I can't knock no more. But Screech kept on knocking till his knuckles became sore. But there's no sign of Patrick down at number 54. No refuge for our villain, for the bitter hands of fate, with something far more sinister in mind that does away. Hey, babe, you in? Nah, nothing really, I'm just a bit tired, listen. Can I swing around yours for a few moments? I just really miss you, babe. What the fuck do you mean you're busy? You fucking bitch, for fuck's sakes! Siren sounds approaching like a banshee in the night. The shrill cry of justice cutting like the sharpest knife. But Screech was never one to run, not one to miss a fight. One hand upon his blade, he turned to face the blue lights. Come on then, you fucking cunts, let's fucking have you then. I am Screech, I'm the boss, I'm the ender of men. You think that uniform you're wearing means that you own these streets? These are my fucking streets, and they call me fucking Screech. Richard was an officer who stood at 6'3", working London on the night shift. What he didn't think he'd see was a boy running at him like an animal possessed. With no time to hesitate, he fired 4 bullets at Screech's chest.
Okay. Dude, one thing I love about this dude is the way he just, like, entertains you while the video is going. Like, the little, it's like the little subtle things, like him calling the girl and then pretending like the girl picked up, yada, 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 and then calling her bitch and all that stuff because she's not picking up, because he's going through a traumatic experience right then and there because he made a mistake. Like, he didn't mean to kill Jenny, but the thing was he let his anger take control of him, possess what should have just been a robbery, and just to taking that stuff and go. She didn't say nothing. She was shocked with what was happening to her, and then he just lost his cool and temper, and he sliced her up. And then, like, his friend not being there for him to open the door, like then his girlfriend not picking up the phone, like it's like setting him off the edge. So, like, all this compilation of things that are happening to him in this one little intersection of a story is just like pretty much just gotten to him to the point where, like, he's lost it. And now, like, the police, he hears the sirens coming through, and now he's like, okay, whatever, I'm not gonna go to jail, I'm just trying to check somebody out with me. That's literally the mindset that I'm seeing. So he's rushing a police officer with a knife. Like, that's not something a rational person do. Like, you don't rush a police officer with a knife. You don't do that, like, unless, like, you're not there at that moment, you know what I mean? Like, because a knife, you can't bring a knife to a gunfight. Everybody in the world knows that, and that's what he did. He brought a knife to a gunfight, and then, like, if a police officer sees you raging at him, running towards him with a knife, he's not gonna think twice. He's just gonna put bullets in your chest for his own safety. But, you know, I like the way he just does everything, especially with the interactions with the guitar, when he's has the guitar look like a gun, and then the little hard string. Like, that's awesome, bro. I really like the video too. Like I said earlier, like the landscape reminds me of, like, one of the boroughs. Like, it looks very similar to, like, Brooklyn to me. I could dig it, dude.
Story it ends.
Hold on, let's back up a little bit.
An animal possessed. With no time to hesitate, he fired 4 bullets at Screech's chest.
And camera falling, boom. It's such subtle things, but they're so dope, dude. It gives you, like, a unique perspective.
Story it ends right at the start. Young Screech and poor Jenny lying 1 street apart. An officer shaken by the boy that he claimed. 2 bodies lay lifeless, and it's such a shame. It's such a shame.
But should have just been a normal robbery turned into a double freaking homicide. Well, not a double homicide, because he killed her and then the police officer killed him. But it was more of an in defense of himself. So, I don't know. I don't know. Oh, did somebody survive? Violet's Tale. Okay.
London City, far from pretty, 2005. A lady down in Paddington is fighting just to stay alive. Rhythmic beats and bloodstains, she's our lady weep. She's tired and frail. To set the scene, we must rewind the hands of time for Violet's tale. Violet was a silent girl, grew up with violent starts. Her mother was a drinker and her father was a bastard. Every night he took her tie but never left the room. I'll spare you of the things he did, I'm sure her mother knew. Violet was a silent girl, she moved out at 16. A semi-detached council flat, paid for by a welfare scheme. Packing shelves at Tesco, stacking jars like pickled bricks. She met a boy named Stevie and he was a little prick. Violet was a silent girl and Violet she fell fast. See, Stevie was a wrong un, but he sure knew how to charm her. Every night he took her tie but never left the room. History repeats itself, he'd paint her black and blue and dark. She never stood a chance. The devil comes to dance. Violet, why are you always so quiet? On her bedroom door and he's irate. He's been drinking and smoking, he's up late. And he stands by her bedside, she shakes, but her eyes stay shut. You fucking slut, I know you're up. And he pinches her eyelids and folds them up. Violet, why are you lying to me, Violet? She stays silent, things turn violent. That's the sound of his fists when they fall like a crashing pilot. Hit like hailstones, one to the collarbone, full force, full blown, blood splat, bone crack, knick-knack, paddywhack, one to the jaw and the tooth spat, detached fist connects and disconnects a bone. A quick deflect to misdirect the blow, but nonetheless his punches met her throat. Such a mess he's left her bruised and broke. Violet, why you always so silent, Violet? Why you such a little liar, Violet? Do you think I want to do this, Violet? In character, she stays silent. Well, say something, Violet. Silence. Fucking say something, Violet. Silence. Wait. Say something, Violet. Not one word. She stays quiet. London City, far from pretty, 2005. A lady down in Paddington is fighting just to stay alive. The doctor, in a state of shock, saw something here so very wrong. See, Violet, she was pregnant. Poor Violet, she was 9 months gone. Turning to the doctor, Violet broke her silence and she cried, if I'm to die right here tonight, please let my baby stay alive. The doctor soon regained composure, called the surgeon to come in. As Violet's world turned to black, the curtains closed, the lights went dim. In London City, far from pretty, 2005. A lady down in Paddington just lost the fight to stay alive. A tragedy or a miracle, it happened on these very streets. Two twins aligned side by side. A girl named Jenny and a boy named Screech.
Okay, hold on. Let's go back for a second.
Up and he pinches her eyelids and folds the room. History repeats itself. He'd paint her black and blue and dark. She never girl, she moved out at 16. A semi-detached council flat, paid for by a welfare scheme. Packing shelves at Tesco, stacking jars like pickled bricks. She met a boy named Stevie and he was a little prick. Violet was a silent girl and Violet she fell fast. See, Stevie was a wrong un, but he sure knew how to charm her. Every night he took her tight but never left the room. History repeats itself, he'd paint her black and blue and dark. She never stood a chance. The devil comes to dance. Violet, why are you always so quiet? On her bedroom door and he's irate. He's been drinking and smoking, he's up late. And he stands by her bedside, she shakes, but her eyes stay.
Okay, he said that she moved out,
Itself,
right?
he'd paint her black and was a little welfare scheme. Violet was a silent girl, she moved out at 16.
She did move out. Okay, I just wanted to like re-listen to a few parts of the song because like this tale is like very very intricate with what he's saying, so I want to make sure I don't get it wrong when I'm like talking about it. So okay, this whole tale of Violet, it's really like it's tough to get through, bro, because like honestly it just shows like from when she's a kid she was getting beat up and possibly touched by her father, and then like her mother was a drunk, she didn't pay attention to her, so basically like her mother was so didn't like do anything to help her because she was so like tempted by the bottle, and then her father would just abuse her and like beat her and then use her, and then she moved out at 16 after this long. And like honestly like that kind of thing affects you as a kid, like when you're abused and stuff like that, like that could be the reason why she's quiet, because like a lot of things like she just feels like, I don't know, maybe she's supposed to be used or something like that. Like that messes with a kid when they get abused as very young, and it even impacts their personality as they get older. And then on top of that, meeting a guy that's basically just like her father. He's a prick, and and her moving out at 16, like I guess she got emancipated or something like that, and being on her own, stocking pickles or something at the shelf, like he was talking about. Like, I think he said Costco. Then on top of that, having the same thing happen to her, like when she was a kid with her boyfriend or her boyfriend, and just doing the same thing, tucking her in, and I guess maybe, and then he says the devil, but the devil could just be like something he's using as like what possessed her boyfriend to just keep beating her, and like that little part where he was like Violet, why are you so quiet, Violet? He's just punch her like that scene. Like I don't know if you could tell, but I was like gritting my teeth because like men beating a female really just irks my nerves. Like I don't like that. Like anytime I see that, if I know them or not, like I get in the middle of it. Like I don't like that at all. Like I hate that. So like to me, that's hard to get through personally. And like I know the song too is just like I know this type of thing happens in real life, but like still that thing's like hard for me to just get through like without like feeling some type of way about it. But then to the point where he's beating her so much that he doesn't even realize that he's beating her to the point where she's like on the brink of death. To then cutting into the scene where she's in a hospital and she's pregnant with this dude's kids, his twin kids, and she's like, okay, even if I die from the beating and all this stuff, like I still want my kids to live and survive, even though their father is this scumbag. And by doing this, doesn't unknowingly could be redoing the process of what happened to her as a kid. Because if he did this to her, what makes her think that he won't do it to the kids? So it could be just like a cycle of the same thing, of abuse. So I don't know. That's my perspective on it. Like that's why, like, I wanted to go back a few times. I wanted to make sure I got the exact example, because obviously, like the whole devil thing, like that part, I wanted to make sure, like, I heard devil and not the guy's name. But yeah, dude, the song I really liked. I really like this one. I like it. It's hard to get through, but it's also really good the way he's like able to put you into that scene, and just like the way he does the storytelling for this but honestly for all three of the tales, but this one in particular is the one that like gets me because of like of the abuse and like how that affects you. Because like, you know, I've been through something similar to that, like as a kid, like this the beating part, like, you know, my grandparents were similar. Like my grandfather was like that because like he didn't like my father. Yeah, it's not, I'm not gonna bore you with the details, but it was something similar. But yeah, dude, like I enjoyed these tales, dude. Like all of them, honestly. I love the storytelling from Jenny, where like she just walking to the same night, and then one night was just a bad night. She walked by herself, and then she got caught by Screech, who Screech was a guy from who grew up on the streets, and he took things too far, and instead of just it being a normal robbery, he took her life. And then on top of that, he panicked. Then he went to his friend for help. His friend didn't answer, and he went to his girlfriend for help. His girlfriend didn't want to help. And then him feeling like after all that stuff, all the bad stuff that's happened to him, just compiling in a matter of this is probably 30 minutes or maybe less than that. A police sound comes. He's like, okay, well, I'm gonna show you. I'm Screech. I'm from the street. Da da da. This is my hood. Da da da. That's like the way it came off sounding from the verse, and then like him charging head first, feeling like he's like I don't know, like I don't know if he felt like he was immortal, but like the adrenaline that goes through you when you're in those kind of situations just kind of like propel you to do irrational things, and that's what he did. He thought irrationally and charged straight towards what you call it, straight towards the police officer, where the police officer shot him 4 times in the chest. I really like the way he acted all this out too, and the one thing I do like, I didn't mention about the Violet story, was that as soon as this started, it had like a breathing mask noise, so it's really telling you what's gonna happen. It's like it's foreshadowing. It's foreshadowing what's gonna happen at the end of the story, because like, see right there, you hear the sound, and then they go into the Violet tale. I like that kind of storytelling, and like the way that they're doing, the way that they're choreographing all this. Like it's just awesome the way he did this. But anyways, guys, like I really enjoyed these tales, honestly. Like if there's more tales, let me know, because like I like these type of videos because they're very like in depth in the way he does everything with his team. But I don't know. I guess that's it. That's it for me today. If you guys like the video, sub to the channel if you haven't already. Comment what you think about the tales if this is your first time, or if you watched these, you've been a fan of Renovating and you know these tales. Give me something I missed or something like that. Other than that, I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'm out. Peace.